Jeff, for every team in college basketball, there is a 42-day window for an allotted 30 practices. Now, 2 of those for Murray State will be scheduled exhibitions. As for the other 28, head coach Matt McMahon says the focus will be defense. In their last 2 wins, Paducah-Tillman has now outscored their opponents 107-3. The win tonight also gives the Blue Tornado a number 2 seed in the Class 3 playoffs. Of course, the knowledge and experience helps the players, but even Mickey Garrison himself admits that he's learned a ton. But Dennis Thorell says he's not here to change things, but instead to add some new wrinkles. Now, most weeks McCracken County is worried about fine-tuning their game, but they admit this week with an unconventional opponent, they're spending a little bit more time on Pulaski Academy. Jeff, as you know, Murray State dealt with injuries early and often last season, but G. McGee's obviously the most important for this year's team. He'll have a week to recover before next Friday's opener here at the CFSB Center. And in that minute-long statement, the players said, quote, "We will stand and place our hand over our hearts for the playing of the national anthem," end quote. Barry Hinson also told the media that this initiative was led by the players. The 87 points scored tonight for Middle Tennessee is the second most they've scored in this rivalry since 1987, back when Middle Tennessee was in the OVC. At the Murphy Center, I'm Justin Beasley, WPSD, Local 6 Sports. 15 in 16. It's the motto for the Dresden Lions to win 15 games in the year of 2016. And no question after tonight, game number 14 was the toughest, but the Lions strung together 20 unanswered points to punch themselves a ticket to the state championship.
Our kids were resilient. Our kids never backed down. Our kids fought till the end, and just excited that they could come out of here with a win tonight.
At first, it was a little sluggish, but we stepped up the second half. Coach Rain's good adjustments, and Coach Estes, our dream to win that state is clicking in. Everybody wants to do it. They ain't gonna quit.
This waterback's great, but the next week will be a lot better.
And just like last week, Dresden found themselves down 14-13 in the second quarter, but for the second straight week responded to adversity, and they expect another tough test next week at the state championships. With the state-bound Lions, I'm Justin Beasley, WPSD, Local 6 Sports. 38-year-old Chuck Melton is paralyzed from the chest down. Following a diving accident in August of 2002, Melton didn't know where to turn.
I was really in a real bad kind of state of depression.
Until a friend invited him to a wheelchair rugby practice in St. Louis.
It took me a good 5 years before I decided I'd want to do anything. It really was a turning point in my life.
And that's when wheelchair rugby became part of his. It's here at the body shop near his home in Richview, Illinois, where Melton trains 6 times a week.
It's a lot of work. It's very unique. It's the only full contact wheelchair sport in the Paralympics. It's unlike anything you're going to see. A lot of people just really freak out the first time they see 2 chairs coming full on at each other and hit each other, and guys are spilling over, bodies look like they're flying everywhere.
And across the street, Melton will work on his speed and endurance, where he completed a 5K this morning, another part of his workout regimen. You're a believer in all things happen for a reason. How do you think you've handled your given situation?
My quality of life has actually improved. My relationship with my wife and kids are so much better. My relationship with my family, it's given me the opportunity to give back. It's been a blessing.
And one that Melton hopes will culminate in a Paralympic gold medal.
It's still hard to comprehend that I'm going to get to do this.
In Centralia, Illinois, I'm Justin Beasley, WPSD, Local 6 Sports. Louisville's loss to Houston pretty much eliminated the Cardinals from the college football playoffs, and Kentucky is already bowl eligible. So what's there to play for Saturday? Well, you've got a Heisman Trophy for Lamar Jackson, an Orange Bowl for Louisville, and a chance for Kentucky to end what is now a 5-game losing streak to the Cardinals. Louisville coming off a 26-point loss Thursday in a game in which Lamar Jackson was sacked 11 times. Now, head coach Bobby Petrino says the Cardinals have corrected those mistakes, but the biggest thing this week has been moving on from last week's disappointment.
One of the things we use is a quote from Muhammad Ali that says,
"The 2 teams will meet Saturday at 11. In the NFL, Washington taking on a Dallas team who has won 9 straight. Cowboys looking every bit their 9-1 record. Dak Prescott finding Terrence Williams, 17-3 ball game. and it's now routine. Let's see what Tony Romo thinks about it. Also, Jerry Jones. Dallas never did trail today. Washington always had a response, though, and none bigger than Kirk Cousins to Deshaun Jackson, a 67-yard hookup. Cousins with 449 yards passing, but they could not stop Ezekiel Elliott. 2 touchdowns on the game, and the Cowboys get their 10th straight. Indianapolis hosting Pittsburgh in the nightcap. Colts without their quarterback, Andrew Luck, in this one, and it is hard to keep up with Pittsburgh without him. Big Ben finding Antonio Brown, make it 14-0 now. Colts had their chances, though, twice inside the red zone, twice stopped, leaving 14 points on the board. And then late fourth quarter, Brown once again gets behind the defense. 3 touchdowns for him, 10 on the season, and a win for the Steelers. In non-conference home games, Louisville is almost perfect, winning 53 of their last 54 at the KFC Yum Center. However, that one loss, as you guessed, came to Kentucky in 2014, the last time the Wildcats were in town. It's the 6th time the two meet with a top 10 ranking, and Kentucky has won every single time. 22 NBA scouts on hand tonight, including Heisman winner Lamar Jackson. Cards once had a 15-2 run in the first half, but they turn it over, and De'Aaron Fox helping the Wildcats to a 9-0 run. Late second half, Wildcats go on another scoring spree. Malik Monk capping off an 11-2 run, and UK up by 4. But Louisville would retake the lead and add to it. Quentin Snyder to Dang Adele up top. Louisville now up 4, but less than 2 to play. Snyder will keep it himself this time. Right pass Adebayo, a team-high 22 for him, and Kentucky's in big trouble. Less than 15 seconds left now, down 4. Kentucky needing a basket. Malik Monk cashing in for 3. That's his only 3 of the game and a chance to send it into overtime, but Louisville elects not to foul, and Kentucky's last shot, no good, and they fall by 3 tonight. Louisville survives 73-70. Time now to take a look at some of the notable numbers. Quentin Snyder poured in a career-high 22, the first Cardinal this year to score at least 20. De'Aaron Fox leading the Wildcats with 21. Malik Monk with 16, following his game where he had 47. This game currently lived up to its side. It had 10 ties and 9 lead changes. Louisville improves to 11-1 last time they beat Kentucky. They went on to win the national title, and this loss for UK ends what was a 4-game win streak in this series.